Yes, you can start now. Ms. Boko, you can start now.
Good afternoon. I hope I'm clear and audible to all. Before we
Yes.
begin, I kindly request all participants to keep their microphone muted throughout the session and unmute only when invited to speak. This will help us to conduct the program smoothly without disturbance. Thank you for your cooperation. Honorable Principal of Dera Natung Government College, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, Dr. M.Q. Khan sir, respected Principal Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, Birati, West Bengal, Dr. Deepak Biswas sir, distinguished Senior Professor V.P. Sathi, School of Earth Science and Natural Resource Management, Aizawl, Mizoram University, respected Dr. Suman Chakraborty from the Department of Anthropology, Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, Birati, West Bengal, esteemed faculty members from the Institute, and my dear student, a very good afternoon. And on behalf of Dera Natung Government College, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, and the Department of Anthropology, Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, West Bengal, the joint organizers of this program, I warmly welcome you all on to the celebration of World Anthropology Day. Today's program will begin with the address by Dr. Chakrabarty, followed by addresses from respected principal of both the institute. Next segment will be introduction of the esteemed speaker done by Dr. Anthony Parmesar, followed by a special lecture by Senior Professor Professor V.P. Sathi, and vote of thanks by HOD of Anthropology, Dera Natung Government College, Dr. Taing sir. So we will begin the program with a welcome address by Dr. Chakraborty sir. Sir, please, the virtual platform is yours. Please, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Boko. And it is my pleasure to welcome you all. Good afternoon to all of you. Hello, everyone. And I warm welcome today's international and national the online lecture in the occasion of World Anthropology Day. And this the topic I am absolutely thrilled to be one of the participants of this program and one of the organizers of the of this particular program. We jointly done various program since the COVID time, and we successfully done the various program, including one national seminar with DNGC, the Natung Government College, Itanagar, and we that's inspire us to make the such kind of program again and again. It is wonderful to see many people joining us from different parts of the India, and we have an exciting agenda today as helping you to understand the Himalaya matters. As Itanagar and DNGC, the college itself, situated in the uh, in the in the in the bank of the Himalayas, in the soul of the Himalayas. So it is very important and interesting for us to understand the how Himalaya matters in the current scenario. I welcome our principal sirs from both the colleges, from the organizing committees, and I also welcome our expert speaker, Dr. Vishwambar Prasad Sati. He will be shared inside the important understanding. He is one of the leading scientists come geography, basically on the work in the Himalayas, and it is very exciting to go through his brief biography that till date he traveled more than 58 countries around the world. So he has vast experiences. So before we begin, a quick note I would like to share with you that please feel free to use the chat box for questions or to share your thoughts, and we will have a dedicated question answer session after that lecture of Professor Sati. and this session is being recorded, and we will send the recording in the next whenever we will presented in our next program. So this is all. I again welcome to all of you to join this program, and it is our great pleasure that we are celebrating World Anthropology Day. Apart from that, I am very much kind enough to Professor Sarthak Sengupta, from former professor and head the Department of Anthropology, Dibrugarh University. He also joined with us, and basically this program is initial inspirations I got from him, because he at first told me that why you are not organizing such kind of celebrating World Anthropology Day. Thank you, sir, for giving us the right pathway to understand, and thank you, Dr. Ratna Tayang, to accept our joining program. Whenever I requested Ratna is ready to accept. So in a brief note, I finish here. Thank you very much. I welcome you all. I hope that everyone will enjoy this session. So now, Ms. Boko, for further things. Thank you.
Thank you, Suman Chakrabarti, sir. Now I would invite our respected principal of Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, Dr. D. Biswas, to share his valuable thoughts.
So let me check whether, sir, have you joined? So if not, then your principal can, Dr. M.Q. Khan, he will deliver stuff.
Okay, sir. If
Ms.
Principal
Boko?
Biswas sir has
Yes.
yes, if Biswas sir has not joined, then I would like to invite our principal sir. Okay, sir. Then
Yes.
now formally I would like to invite our respected principal, Deranathan Government College, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, Dr. M.Q. Khan sir, to share his valuable thoughts. Sir, please, sir.
Good afternoon to all. Thank you, Principal Sir of Madinalini Datta Mahavidyapit is busy, so it's good to use time, precious time. I'm here. So once again, good afternoon, all of you. Most respected today's speaker, Professor V.P. Sati, Dean of Faculty, School of Earth Sciences and Natural Resources Management, Mizoram University, Aizawl. Respected Dr. Suman Chakrabarti, Head of the Department of Anthropology, Medinalini Datta Mahavidyapit. Dr. Ratna Tain, Head of the Department of Anthropology, Deranatun Government College, Itanagar. Other esteemed faculty members, students, researchers, participants. It gives me great pleasure to join you all on this great and grand occasion of World Anthropology Day 2026, jointly being organized by the Department of Anthropology of Deranatun Government College, Itanagar, and the Department of Anthropology of Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, Birati. As we all know, World Anthropology Day is celebrated across the globe to highlight the importance, the significance, and value of anthropology in understanding human societies, cultures, and diversity. This global celebration was initiated in 2015 by the American Anthropology Association to promote awareness about the relevance of anthropology in addressing contemporary global challenges. Uh, Anthropology helps us understand who we are, where we come from, what is our origin, and how we live together in diverse societies. Despite all cultural, religious, linguistic variations. I'm happy to mention that the Department of Anthropology of Dera Natung Government College and Dera Natung and Government College Itanagar and the Department of Anthropology of Miri Nalini Datta Mahavidyapeeth Virati have been academically connected through a memorandum of understanding since the year 2021, which was further renewed, and the bond got strengthened on 8 May 2023 for another 5 years under this academic collaboration and a strong bond of partnership. Both the departments have been regularly organizing seminars, lecture series, uh, international lecture series, and academic exchange programs. Today's program is a meaningful continuation of this academic partnership, and it reflects our shared commitment to knowledge, research, and academic excellence. Speaking on the theme, Himalaya Matters, Arunachal Pradesh holds a very special place in anthropological studies. Located in the easternmost part of the eastern Himalayas, Arunachal Pradesh is popularly known as the land of rising sun or land of dawnlit mountains, and is the largest state in terms of area in entire northeast India, northeast region of India. It is home to a large number of tribal communities who display remarkable cultural diversity. This diversity can be seen in their traditional attire, colorful, gorgeous dresses, festivals, food habits, art, craft, custom, religious practices, and language dialects. From a linguistic point of view, hello, there is some problem of audio. Hello,
No, no,
everybody
no. You
kindly
can
muted.
continue.
Okay,
You can
everybody is
continue, sir.
requested to.
Hmm.
Yeah, from a linguistic point of view, Arunachal Pradesh is extremely rich and unique. According to Lisa Lombeck, 2017, more than 90 languages and dialects are spoken in the state. This makes Arunachal Pradesh a living laboratory and a paradise for anthropologists, researchers interested in studying human culture and human diversities. Anthropologically, most of the tribal communities of Arunachal Pradesh belong to the Mongoloid racial group. Some are from the Paleo-Mongoloid group, like the Khamti, the Singpho, the Sangsa, the Sokte, the Wangche tribe, etc. Others belong to the Tibeto-Mongoloid group and stocks such as the Adi, the Akal, the Apata, the Bugun, the Nishis, the Monpas, members, Khambas tribes, etc. This one of the most fascinating, enchanting, and charming aspects of Arunachal Pradesh, the paradise on earth, is its a strong oral tradition. The history, beliefs, and knowledge of the people have been preserved through stories, myths, tales, lores, uh, and narratives passed and percolated down from generation to generation. Archaeological sites such as Eta Fort in Itanagar, Malini Khan, Bismarck Nagar, and other ancient remains provide valuable evidence of the region's historical and cultural heritage. Arunachal Pradesh is not a homogeneous society, but a mosaic of diverse cultures, languages, and traditions. Despite this diversity, there is a strong social harmony, mutual respect, and coexistence among different communities. Hence, we can say with pride that Arunachal is a replica and reflection of mini India. It's a mini India. There is diversity, unity in diversity. All diversities cannot keep people isolated or away from each other. There is a strong bond of harmony, integrity, unity, and oneness despite diverse faiths, cultures in Arunachal Pradesh. Today, Arunachal Pradesh is undergoing a phase of transformation with development, education, and increasing connectivity. The state is gradually integrating with the wider national, global community, and the international aspirations are getting enhanced each next day. At the same time, it is important to preserve and protect the rich cultural heritage and indigenous knowledge systems of the tribal communities. Anthropology plays a vital role in documenting, preserving, uh, understanding, and propagating the rich, unique cultural heritage of Arunachal Pradesh, for which we all Arunachalis feel proud of. On this occasion, I congratulate both the departments for organizing in such a grand academic event. Such programs provide valuable platforms for intellectual exchange, academic discussion, promotion of anthropological knowledge, and make us aware, especially the students and researchers, of our strong, unique, rich cultural heritage, traditions, customs, and our bonds of harmony, peace as an oasis in Northeast region. I hope that this collaboration will continue in the future and inspire students and researchers to contribute meaningfully to the field of anthropology. Thanks to one and all. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my inputs, my viewpoint on such an auspicious and grand occasion to celebrate and observe World Anthropology Day. I wish a grand success to the event, to the program. Thank you so much to one and all.
Thank
Ms.
you,
Boko.
Honorable Principal. Yes, thank you, Honorable Principal, sir, and Kukan, sir, of Deranatun Government College, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh. Your words were very motivating and encouraging, and you have been our guiding force of our institution. Now, moving forward, I would like to invite Dr. Anthony Parmeser to introduce the esteemed speaker, Professor B.P. Sati, in this platform. Yes, sir. Parmeser.
Where is he? He joined actually.
Sir, just a second. Sir, he is joining.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon. At the outset, I wish you all a very happy World Anthropology Day. And we are celebrating this very day. I'm grateful to have this opportunity and incredibly welcome Professor B.P. Sati. Professor B.P. Sati holds Doctors of Letters and PhD degrees, currently serving as a senior professor of geography and resource management and dean of faculty, School of Art Sciences and Natural Resources Management at Mizoram University, IJ. With nearly 3 decades of teaching experience, he has contributed to various higher education institutes within and outside India, including the Eritrea Institute of Technology in Asmara, the Institute of Mountain Hazards and Environment in Chengdu, China, and Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna Garhwal University in Srinagar. Throughout his illustrious career, he has actively engaged in research, holding prestigious position as a presidential fellow, visiting professor in Chinese Academy of Sciences, in 2016, visiting scientist in Chinese Academy of Sciences in 2014, visiting scholar in the World Academy of Sciences 2010, visiting scientist in Indian National Science Academy 2012, General Fellow in Indian Council of Social Science Research 2002, 2008 to 9, and as an associate in Indian Institute of Advanced Study. He is recognized as 0.5% researcher of the world and 50 top influential academicians in India. Furthermore, he has received recognition for his contributions, including a visiting professor award from Ministry of Education and Science at Lviv Polytechnic National University, Ukraine, a Best Paper Award from Natural Hazard Research and Elsevier Journal, Best Presentation Award in the International Conference held at Zurich, Switzerland, and the title of Senior Global Fellow from Grassroots Institute in Canada. His extensive academic travels, spanning 58 countries and all over India, have contributed to his comprehensive understanding of diverse geographical landscape. Additionally, he has successfully supervised over 17 PhD scholars. His expertise lies in natural resource management, environmental development interface, climate change, rural livelihood, disaster-related issues, and the culture of the Himalayan region. Professor V.P. Sati has developed numerous models and action plans for environmental conservation and economic development in the fragile Himalayan ecosystem. His impactful contributions extend to more than 200 research papers and articles and over 3 dozen published books, establishing his academic legacy at both national and international levels. With this, I conclude. Thank you. So over to you, Madam Mritu Boko. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony Permes, sir, for introducing the esteemed guest. So now we will proceed with the main segment of today's World Anthropology Day celebration. So I would like to invite our distinguished speaker, Professor B.P. Sati, to enlighten us in this platform. Please, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me in this World Anthropological Day today. And before going to presentation, I would like to acknowledge my thanks to the principals of both colleges. Means there are Natung Government College, Itanagar, and Mrinalini Datta Mahavidyapit, Birati, West Bengal. And also, I am very much thankful to Dr. Suman Chakravarti for he is my friend from the long time, and we have lots of conversation, discussions all the time for inviting me. And also, I am equally thankful to Dr. Ratna Tyang, Department of Anthropology, Itanagar. Once again, thank you very much for inviting me this in very important occasion. And because I am not anthropologist, I am a geographer basically, and yeah, we talk about something about anthropology in human geography, like races and like this. Anyway, but I am just talking differently. It does not have anything related to anthropology. So I will talk about today about the Himalaya matters, how and why Himalaya matters, how it is. So I'll go for my presentation.
Sir, you are mute. Sir, you are mute. Kindly unmute yourself.
Oh, so you did not listen anything?
No, I listen. Just mute. You have just muted.
Okay.
Listen, I noticed.
Okay. So it is a long presentation, although, but I can leave it at any time whenever you ask me to leave it, because time is very important and you have also very limited time. So I'm going to share my presentation now. And yes. So my first question is, I will do. My first question is that can you see my presentation?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
we can
yes,
see.
yes.
And I have made it now. I will make it
Yeah.
full
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Mhm.
So now it is full screen. Okay.
Yes, yes. That's great.
And one more question. Yeah, one more question is that it is scrolling down.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Okay, okay. So this is the topic of my today's presentation, and that is the Himalaya matters. And what I think about the Himalaya and what my perception about the Himalaya is that I can make them I can just compose them in some lines like this. How I see the Himalaya. The Himalaya has always been a source of inspiration and spiritual entity to me as I was born and brought up in the lap of the Himalaya. It is a place where I devoted about 30 precious years of my early life. Further, Lord Shiva blessed me in such a way that during the period wherever my location was, in the corridor of my house, in the school, in the agriculture field, or the jungle, I could see the mighty Himalaya along with the Mount Chokhamba and Nanda Devi. These reminiscent memoirs have brought my mind so close to the mighty ranges that now, whenever I see, I talk, I hear about the Himalaya, my mind deviates, my heart starts beating fast, and thrill runs throughout my body. So, this is a part of my work that I have published in Cultural Geography of Uttarakhand Himalaya in 2017. So, why Himalaya matters? I will talk about it is youngest and loftiest mountain system, spiritual and cultural significance of Himalaya, water tower and third pole, home for rich biodiversity like fauna, flora, avifauna, and agrobiodiversity. It is a tourism hotspot. It has many highland pilgrimages. It has huge river systems. It is a climate regulator, a protector warrior. It has distinct uh, geology and geography. And what happened? Oh, acha. And it is ecologically fragile and vulnerable. Why this is not? I, I will go like this only. I don't know. Oh, what happened? This was going all good.
it's not changing. Slide is not changing.
That's why I will again
Mhm.
I will redo it. Yeah,
Yes,
sorry.
yes, no problem. Mhm.
I have to stop sharing. Where is stop sharing now? There was some problem in between, and I just clicked this one, and then it was gone. Anyway, it will work now. So it is coming now. Yes.
Yes, yes. It's
And
coming.
yeah, it
Yes, it's
is
coming, coming. Right.
okay, okay. And it is scrolling down also, is it?
Yes, also. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I will not touch this because there is some
Mm.
problem.
Mm.
Anyway, so this is the Himalaya, and this is actually the satellite pictures. You can see that from the Pami North to the Arakan Yoma mountain ranges of the Myanmar, Himalaya is 2,525 kilometer long with its horizontal distribution like Western Himalaya, Central Himalaya, Eastern extension of Himalaya. North of it is Tarim Basin, south of it is the Ganges Basin, and east of it is the Brahmaputra Basin where you are located. So this is a very huge mountain systems, one of the tallest and loftiest mountain systems, the youngest mountain systems in the world. And this is actually the 3D shape of the Himalaya, and you can see that how the elevation is. It varies from it altitudes varies from uh, below 300 meter to more than 6,000 meter, as the Everest is the highest peak of the world. And then it has also the topography like snow-capped mountain peaks. There are alpine meadows. There are many various types of forests from subtropical to temperate, and also the arable land, and many things are there. I will go fast with this because, yeah. And this is actually the horizontal of the Indian Himalaya. And you can see here that there are 12 states, including the Arunachal Pradesh. I'm not covering any Bhutan and Nepal or other part of it, but only the Indian Himalaya I'm talking. And I'll talk mainly about the central Himalayan region, that is the Uttarakhand Himalaya. So this is my study area that is called the Central Himalaya. You can see, you can view this 3D map of the Uttarakhand. It is also like the Himalaya. It is undulating, steep, precipitous slopes, and also highly elevated. And also, if you see the altitudes of this Central Himalaya, it is above 6,000 meters, and it starts from 200 meters. So it is also very highly elevated. So it is to the map of the central Himalaya, and there are many river systems like the Ganges and its tributaries. Ganges is also one of the biggest river systems in the world, and it has also the landforms, the physiographic divisions. It has the Doon Valley, Tarai regions, and then the Himalayan, the Great Himalayan ranges, and in between many other landforms mix. In terms of the vertical division of the central Himalaya, it has the Tarai Dwar region, then it has Shivalik ranges, river valleys, then it has middle Himalaya, it is highland, also pasture land, it has snow-clad mountain peaks, and you can see that very nicely drawn map how this elevation increasing from 200 meter to the more than 800 meter, and that is called the vertical division. So I will start with the significance of the spiritual significance of the Himalaya. So Himalaya is referred in many, the scriptures, almost all the cultures of the India or the world also. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, this chapter 10 and this sloka 18, when Lord Krishna was preaching to Arjuna, so he used to say there that Istravanam cha Himalaya, means among the stable object, I am the Himalaya. Krishna told like this. So it is not new, it has a very religious, very old religious significance. And also in Matsya Purana, it is written that only the Himalaya existed when the whole world was submerged into ocean. So many times the world was submerged, because if you see the geological time scale also, the entire world was submerged, the earth was submerged. That time also Himalaya was existing, only the Himalaya was existing. It has Mount Kailash, Trishul, Nanda Devi peaks, and all are named after the folk deities of the Himalayan community. The highland and valley pilgrimages are situated in the Himalaya. There are many pilgrimage sites for all religions. It is not related, or all cultures. It is not related to one. So once the Western philosopher Max Muller, someone asked him that which is the purest place in the earth. So he has a globe, and in his hand there was a stick, and he just round the globe and put his stick on the Himalaya, and he told that Himalaya is one of the very important. So Western discourses also, if you see, Himalaya is one of the very important place. And one of the poet Dushyant Kumar, he was from Madhya Pradesh, and he died very early in his lifetime. Only 24 years old he was, but he wrote lots of this sayari in his writing. And one of the two lines he has like this: हो गई है पीर पर्वत सी पिघलनी चाहिए, इस हिमालय से एक गंगा और निकलनी चाहिए, और मेरे सीने में न सही तेरे सीने में सही, हो आग मगर आग जलनी चाहिए. So everywhere, if you see the writings, even whatever the cultural writings or any poetic writings, English, Hindi, the people use the Himalaya as one of the objects. So Himalaya is also called the water tower and third pole. water tower of Asia, and third pole because due to its altitude, it is more than 8,848 now. Now 0.86 meter height of the Everest is already increased. As the Chinese have, they have already calculated the height of Mount Everest recently. So it is water tower. Huge water is there because the Brahmaputra system, the Ganges system, the Sindhu system towards west, originating and flow through the many countries: China, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, everywhere, even Myanmar. All they have lots of huge water in this region. So this is the Google picture. And then I have this one picture, and this is the Himalaya between Kathmandu and Lhasa. And this picture I took 1st September 2026. In between, there is one mountain, that is the Everest, and we cannot recognize where there is, because this is a huge mountain peaks agglomeration. So my just concern is that the Himalaya has huge water resources, and yeah, but there are some now. There are lots of problems coming in terms of climate change and how the Himalaya is melting. I will talk about in the last. So the huge river system, particularly the Ganga system, if you see that the Ganga itself nourish or support more than 600 million people of the Ganges Valley. That much potential the water has, and it is originating from the Himalaya with many, you see in Nepal, also Nepal side, in Arunachal Pradesh, or in Uttarakhand, or in Himachal Pradesh, so many rivers and their tributaries. And along the river, there are many cultural places are located along the Ganga, so it has a huge cultural relevance. This is the river system of Uttarakhand, Himalaya, because I will focus my study on the Uttarakhand. So if you see that the entire Uttarakhand, there is a network, there is a net of rivers, particularly in Uttarakhand. There are Yamuna river system, there is Bhagirathi, Alaknanda river system, and Kali Ganga system. So there are many river systems, and there are many places of the cultural importance and touristic importance within this area. So this is the one place you have seen the photo in social media many times. The two river meeting, one is the Alaknanda from the left side and Bhagirathi coming from the right side, meeting together at Devprayag, and the Ganga starts from the Devprayag actually. After meeting of these two tributaries, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. This, what I want to show is that the Himalaya has huge water potential. But at the same time, if you go this region, that many rural areas, they are facing water scarcities, mainly during the off-season, dry season, because of the water availability is in the valley regions, and the people, their habitat in the middle altitudes and highlands, so they face water scarcity. So we are talking about how to develop or how to conserve and utilize the water or any resources from the Himalaya for sustenance of the people and sustainable livelihood of the community therein. So the Himalayan region has huge floral diversity, and you can see this model. So and they are located according to the altitudinal variations. So up to 800 meter, there are this what you call the deciduous monsoon forest. What it is also called the teak forest. Then between 800 to 1600 meters, there is pine forest found. Then mixed oak forest is 1600, 2200 meters. Then there are coniferous forest up to 2800 meters. Then alpine grasslands, and then the greater Himalaya. So this example is, that for all the Himalayan regions, not for central, but eastern Himalaya also. If you go to Arunachal Pradesh, you will find this type of the forest landscape with all layered the forest one upon one, and because of changing climate and changing altitude, the forest also changing their providing the huge forest resources and also the beautiful landscape, forest landscape for tourism development. So when we see the altitude wise forest area, so highest forest is between 1000 to 2000 meter altitude and 2000 to 3000 meter altitude. In the valleys below 500 meter, the forest distribution is less, and also after 3000 meter, because then it is alpine meadows or either it is snow-capped mountain. So this is something the altitudinal distribution of forest resources. It means that the resources, the forest resources, we can use mainly in the location between 1000 to 3000 meters. So also use pattern is very poor because there are lots of the huge forest resources in the highland, but they are not used because they are inaccessible, they are not approachable, and then they destroy themselves in the upper reaches of the Himalaya. But in the middle and lower part of the Himalaya, the people they use the leaves for what do you call this for feeding animals, stall feeding animals. So the dairy farming is dependent mainly on the that the leaves coming from the forest area. Then the people also going to jungle cutting this wood for their that cooking food or warming their houses during the winter season when this region remains snow capped. Sometimes it is continue for 1 month in the higher reaches of the Himalaya. So they keep the wood for the winter and for warming their houses, and cooking also dependent on that the wood only, because firewood only, because the many places in the area they don't have road connectivity, and then there is no LPG facilities, so they use the firewood only. In terms of the faunal diversity, the entire Himalayan region is the tropical climate or the temperate climate or the cold climate. So varieties of the animals are found there, from deers or reindeers to snow leopard or the wild boar or bears or and varieties. So this is also called the biodiversity hotspot, and the Himalaya is among the 12th biodiversity hotspots in the world. So it has that the great relevance in terms of the faunal diversity. And in terms of the rich, the agro biodiversity, the Himalayan rich, and now this all cropping pattern is changing. Earlier, there were the 12 crops grown in a single agriculture field, so that system is called Baranaja. You can see there in the first plate that the 12 crops growing in a single crop land at the same time. So now this is the old traditional practices in the highland areas. Now they are shifting to the paddy fields or wheat fields, that is the monocropping in this area. Then also people started off-season vegetables, cultivating them. And also the Uttarakhand got, after it got the statehood carved out of Uttar Pradesh, then they have also started the tea plantation, large scale tea plantation, and they are earning and running their livelihoods. So the Himalaya has also very huge importance in terms of the tourism development. It is a tourism hotspot in terms of geographical components of tourism in the Himalaya. Himalaya has spectacular landscapes. Himalaya has river topographies. Himalaya has rich forest landscapes and varied climate from subtropical to temperate to cold to frigid cold, and all components, geographical components of tourism can be seen in the Himalayan regions, all over the Himalayan region. Particularly, I'm talking about the Uttarakhand Himalaya. So there are rivulets, gorges, canyons, waterfalls, river terraces, and wide river valleys, and all these very important tourism hotspots are there. So in terms of the cultural components of tourism development, there are highland pilgrimages, There are river valleys pilgrimages. The people celebrate fairs and festivals throughout the year. And many fairs and festivals are there which are not celebrated in other part of India. So Himalaya has some very unique and very peculiar cultural richness, and it has very rich cultural heritage. The traditional food and beverages also, if you compare this Nepal and Arunachal Pradesh and all this Sikkim, every region in the Himalaya has its own traditional food and beverages, and also the fruits. They are rich in fruits, vegetables, and everything, and all organic. So it is healthy food the Himalaya provides. And there are traditional arts and crafts, and also the woolen cloths, and all the way the cultural component of tourism development in the Himalaya, in general, and Uttarakhand, Himalaya in particular, are very rich. So in the Uttarakhand Himalaya, if you see this map, you will find there are, you know, that the entire Uttarakhand Himalaya, there are many pilgrimage sites. There are highland pilgrimages, there are valley regions pilgrimages everywhere. There are also, you know, that the border areas also with Nepal and Tibet, and also with Uttar Pradesh, and everywhere you will find various types of temples, various types of the cultural places, and they are the potential for the development of this region. So we have divided the, you know, that all the pilgrimages and temples into many types, like Jyotirlinga, like Shakti Peeths, like Siddha Peeths, like Devalaya, Sivalaya, Panchbadri, Panchkedar, Panchprayag, Shakti temples, Char Dham, and valley pilgrimages. So if you go to see this region, you will find the, you know, that the mosaic of the culture and natural aspects, cultural nature, and so beautiful, so rich in all aspects. So these are some highland and valley pilgrimages, the Badrinath, Adivadri, then third one is Nandaprayag, and the fourth one is Karan Prayag. There are recognized five Prayags, then two more Prayags the people know, but a total of 37 Prayags are found in Uttarakhand. And if you see the Prayag and its definition, though the Prayag means the meeting of two rivers, and all over the world and also the other part of India, everywhere two river meets, but only the rivers meeting with the Ganga, they are called the Prayag. And this is not new, this is ancient. So I don't know why only the river meeting with the Ganga are called Prayags, not other river. Brahmaputra also, thousands of rivers, they are meeting with the Brahmaputra, but nowhere it is called Prayag. So Prayag also very, you know, that rich places, very culturally rich places where thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people they visit. And they are very beautiful, naturally beautiful also. These are some tourist circuit in the Kumaon Himalaya, and you see Munsiari is also called the Switzerland of India, very beautiful. And then we have Pithoragarh, we have Dharchula, we have the Dunagiri, and you see that people how they are celebrating and how the beauty of these places are. So they are also the gateway to the Himalaya. Dharchula is the gateway to Adi Kailas or the Om Parvat or the Parvati Lake. And the Munsiari is one of the very important tourism destination, and it is a trekking for the Panchacholi mountain, and so beautiful. And likewise the Pithoragarh also. And these are some sample I am giving you, because this is making one tourist circuit, this whole one. So there are everywhere you will find many tourist circuits are there. So in terms of the tourist flow, domestic, every year, this year also more than 50 lakh people, they have visited the highland pilgrimages. And here also it is 25 lakh, 30 lakh. So for cultural tourism, many people coming for cultural tourism. For natural, they are less, and for administrative, they are less. This is the domestic tourism. But if you see the foreign tourism, the number is less, but they are going to the administrative town rather to cultural and natural places, because they need more facilities. And if you trek to cultural places, there is not much infrastructure in terms of the carrying capacity. Also, the region is very less. So hotel food, they are very less. So the foreigners, they don't go there. They escape to go themselves from this region. So in terms of the natural landscapes, you see that the very the gorgeous, the Bhagirathi making gorgeous, so spectacular, beautiful. Then the Bhagirathi also making the wide river, the meanders. So this is all Bhagirathi river topography, and we have also rivulets also. All this all for touristic interest. And then also geomorphic features, you can see there are that the potholes also, and silajit are extracting from the rock, very the thick rock, and there are places where this kind of the limestones are found. There were hot geysers are also found, hot spring. So all the way you see that all natural topography, geomorphic topography, cultural topography, all the way the region is very rich. This is the cultural landscape, so beautiful. And when you go there, as I already, when I started my talking, I told that there is a thrill surrounds in the body sometimes if you see these all places. So the cultural procession is also one of the very important aspect of tourism in this region. It is called Doli Jatar. And for the highland, whole pilgrimages, 6 months, the god lives in the highland, then its idol come down in the valley regions. So two times these cultural processions take place every year in all four highland pilgrimages. And also the cultural procession in terms of that the daughter of the Himalaya is the goddess is Parvati, the name Parvati, Parvat Putri. So like this. So they have every year in the month of monsoon, means that Bhadra, or you can see it August. They go for almost 175 kilometer by trekking with all these idols of gods and the priest and the people they follow to high Himalaya, Rupkund, Homkund, Bedani Bugyal, and then all the places comes and they come back. So it is almost total 350 kilometer trekking they do during the monsoon season. So these are some cultural and natural landscapes. How Ganga making these all kind of landscapes, and it is regulator, climate regulator also. The Himalaya is. The Ganges Valley or the central Himalaya is directly and indirectly being affected from the Himalaya. This year there was no western disturbances, no precipitation in terms of rain or snow, so the whole Ganges Valley was very hot. But whenever there is snowfall, huge snowfall in the Himalaya during winter, it affects the Ganges Valley, and likewise. So Himalaya regulate the climate in terms of also the monsoon rain, and it is already said and proved that if there is no Himalaya, then the India will become the highland will become the Tibet plateau, the cold desert, and then also the Ganges Valley will be very unfertile if there is no the Himalaya. So monsoon rainfall is taking place only after colliding with the Himalayan ranges. That we all know about this. So the Trans-Himalayan region, Ladakh and Tibet, also the very beautiful place, and that is also for touristic interest. If you have visited the Leh Ladakh region, you can find there is Nubra Valley, there is what do you call this um, Pengyong Lake, and the Ladakh is also cold desert, but there are hot like sand dunes are also found and camels are also found. So all this what I am showing you the Himalaya and how it matters, that my point is. And Himalaya is a barrier between the India, China and Pakistan. So if there is no Himalaya, our neighboring countries, the enemy, they are invading us. It is only the Himalaya protecting us. And there was one Hindi poet called Sohan Lal Dwivedi, and in his poet, the Giriraj, one of his poem, he wrote like that, इस पार हमारा भारत है, उस पार चीन जापान देश, मध्यस्थ खड़ा है दोनों में एशिया खंड का ये नदेश. So that is how we are protecting from our enemies only due to the Himalaya, so that the Himalaya matters. It has geopolitical relevance, geopolitics and geopolitical or geostrategical, because we have McMahon line, we have Red Cliff line, we have Durand line, we have some gigantic enemies like China. So it is protecting us, and it is surrounded by Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Tibet, Pakistan, Afghanistan. So also very important in terms of geopolitics, and so that we have lots of problem coming, but because Himalaya is always protecting us in terms of this. We have Lipul Lake Kalapani dispute, we have Galwan dispute, we have Doklam dispute, we have this dispute of McMahon line, we have dispute of Tri Junction, we have the Kargil problem, like this. So, and then war, India-China war, and Pakistan formation in this, all this. So, all in terms of that, it is very, very highly relevant for geopolitics in terms of all our neighboring countries. And it has many hydroelectricity projects. I'm not showing for the whole Himalaya, but I'm showing the central Himalaya, that is Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand itself has more than 200 hydropower projects. Many are completed, many are progressing, and many are proposed. So like Teri High Dam is one of the very, very, that important, and it is the highest, second highest in Asia. And it has 76-kilometer long the reservoir, and it is providing electricity to Delhi, to UP, to Punjab, Haryana, to Rajasthan, and lots of energy, 10,000 megawatt energy, the capacity of the Teri High Dam is, and it has 262-meter height. So it is also not fit for this ecologically fragile mountain terrain, that kind of the electricity power projects we don't need. But once it is constructed now, it has 100 years here. So some information about how the, that the structure was made in terms of the Teri High Dam. And there is some another problem also. The scientists have speculation that when if the Teri High Dam suppose collapsed, so the Kolkata city will wash out, and in between you can see the situation, how it will be washed. But because it is made scientifically with its 100 years age, let us see, because it is resilient up to only 8 intensity Richter scale. And if there are more than 8 intensity earthquakes, it will be collapsed like this. So we do not need, but anyway. So other aspects of Himalayas are like Himalaya is ecologically fragile, geologically sensitive, tectonically and seismically very active, geographically remote, and economically underdeveloped. This definition I have given in one of my books is called The Himalaya on the Threshold of Change, published on Springer Nature in 2019. So, you know that the Himalaya is vulnerable to climate change like debris flow, flash floods, mass movements, landslides. They are very common phenomenon throughout the Himalaya, and mainly during the monsoon season. And we have conducted one study between 2020 to 2022 and the natural hazard incidences, and we found that there are more than 200 incidents of the natural hazards took place in terms of the landslides, mass movements, debris flow, or the flash floods. So lots of this natural hazard incidences took place only during 2 years. And these are some examples how these debris flow and flash floods, they are occurring and damaging the rural livelihoods or rural landscapes or the urban landscapes. So this is the example of 2021 in Uttarkasi district. Uttarkasi is one of the highly fragile district, and it is also called the eco-sensitive districts because of all this fragility. But lots of the natural hazards occur in this region. This is glacial burst debris flow in the Rishi Ganga. You know that in 7th February 2021 there was the glacial burst, and then it made a artificial lake, and then it was outflow broken, and then entire the Rishi Ganga and the Loli Ganga basin was swept away. There were 200 people in the canal. They died, and it was huge debris and water flow. So this is the map also showing this. And you know, because I'm just giving, refreshing you, you have all knowledge about them. This is recently Dharali debris flow calamity on August 5th in 2005. And you have seen all videos and all from electronic media or from the paper media. So all you have newspaper or all you have read about this Dharali debris flow calamity. And these are some pictures showing that it was in 21, 2nd January, this was the Dharali village, the first picture. And then 6/8/2025, this is the again Dharali village after this calamity. And down also the how this looks like now. And because terrain is very undulating, fragile, and also precipitous, very difficult for rescue in this area. So that way, on the one hand, it has high cultural and natural significance. On the other hand, it is remote and difficult to, that cope with all these kind of, hazards taking place in this region. So it is also prone to earthquake hazards. And if you see this map, there are more than 6.8 intensity or magnitude earthquake already taken place. And the Himalayan region falls under this earthquake zoning map, 4th zone and 5th zone. And 5th zone is more devastating because there are the main thrust lines, there are also the border thrust lines. And we are all now playing because the anthropogenic activities are very huge, and future we don't know how the future will be. So this region is highly prone to forest fire also, and the entire central Himalayan regions. This is now forest fire season from mid-February to June before the outbreak of the monsoon. So entire region get fire and all this kind of lots of economic losses, and sometimes the people, they die due to forest fire. I will not go for these drivers and implications of forest fires there, but these drivers and implications are very huge. Drivers are many also. Mitigation measures are there, how we can, this I will not go. So this whole region is also prone to landslides and highly susceptible to landslides. And this you can see the percentage and landslide susceptibility. So they are very, sometimes the high and very high landslides also making more than 50% of the total landslides. So if you see the map also, the everywhere the red patches are landslide prone areas. So you can compare that how Himalaya has importance on the one hand, and how it is now highly vulnerable. And also the you have heard, I was talking about when I was talking that it is the water tower and also the third pole. So if you see these maps, you will find that from 2091 to 2021, there were 36% snow cover decreased in the entire central Himalayan region. So in 2019-91, the first map you can see the thick blue, and 2021, that very winter season. And this is for summer season. So again, so it is now declining, and then people, if there is no snow in the Himalaya, the entire humanity, Himalaya, not for the India, but when we talk about all the countries falling under the Himalaya, Himalaya is supporting livelihood for more than 10 million people. So that 10,000 million people. So that is important. So see, this is something. And then our works were widely, that published in through newspapers and through media also. Times of India also, we are talking how Himalaya is melting, and they people they will share our report. They will make our report and share it. So in terms of the now, I am concluding it. I don't know how much time or how much I have taken. So Himalaya supports livelihood to more than 10,000 million people in its neighboring countries, India and neighboring countries. Within India, it supports more than 600 million people. It is known as the land of God and goddesses. It has rich biodiversity known as biodiversity hotspot. It has varied climatic conditions in subtropical to temperate cold and frigid cold. It is a source of the world major river systems. It is highly vulnerable to climate disasters. It is unstable landscape, and it has rugged and precipitous terrain that already talked about you. So some recommendation is that back to Himalaya, preserve Himalaya, and we have to see the moderate way, not extreme no or yes, but we have to use the technology intervention, because this Silkyara the tunnel 2 years before, it is 40-kilometer long tunnel. So some the 40 laborers, they were stuck inside because of some problem came, landslide inside. So we need some technology. We have to follow the other world countries where the mountainous regions are there, and are how they are, that dealing with this. So we need the technology intervention. We need to generation, because Himalayan regions also the people have out migrated. There are many areas where the villages are declared as the ghost villages, because no population is living there. In many areas, population is only 10%. All have out migrated. So generations of job for sustainable livelihoods through development of infrastructure facilities, institutional transportation, and small-scale industries will allow people to live there. Otherwise, people will be out migrated. Crop suitability analysis also, because due to the huge climatic changes, the crop races, either they are diminished, or they have shifted to the higher regions because of the warming of the valley. So it is needed to redelineate the crop, this what do you call this, uh, crop areas like this. Landscape vulnerability analysis for construction of development projects are needed, because sometimes we have some mechanism without going to technology intervention. We construct some development projects like hydropower projects, or like the roads or another things. But we need first to that assess or analyze the vulnerability of the areas. Otherwise, it is difficult. Later on, it will be a problem. So I already told use of modern technology, and now people talking about eco disaster risk reduction, because and nature based risk reduction, because Himalaya has all the risk and vulnerabilities of that way, and we have to go for scenario analysis also. So all these recommendations can that protect the Himalaya. Otherwise, the Himalaya is melting, Himalaya is destroying like this. So we have to see like this. So some publications are there. Recently, my one book exploring the mystical Himalaya has come, and natural disaster in the Himalaya is in a soft copy has come, and it is under print. And then last year, farming systems in the sustainable agriculture, the Himalaya. These are some cultural aspect of the Himalaya, natural aspect, sustainable forest, the Ganges, sustainable tourism development, Himalaya on the threshold of change towards sustainable livelihood and ecosystem in the Himalaya. Some book on the culture and cultural geographies, and these are list of publications. And with this, I thank you very much for your kind consideration. I did not take much time, because I wanted to, yeah, make you relax also, and then I went very fast, and no matter. But anyway, thank you so much once again for listening me.
Thank you, Professor V.P. Sati, sir. to enlighten us with your valuable words. Now, moving on, we will have vote of thanks by Dr. Ratna Tang, sir.
If there are any question, Ms.
Okay,
Boko, is there any question? Then we can take
One,
it.
two question we can take. Any
1 to 2 questions we can take it.
okay, sir. Okay. So I request if anybody has any question, then to
If
please.
there is no question, then I would like to give a comment or question like this. So it is a wonderful presentation, Professor Sati. Thanks for accepting our invitation. And the thing is that uh, uh, as we are the student of anthropology, but I always think that the interdisciplinary approach and the multidisciplinary approach is the main theme of NEP 2020. And before we proceed among the people of Himalayas, so the ecosystems and all the geographical parameters, we have to have understand very critically where their people are living. So I have one question regarding the migration due to the establishment of Tehri Dam, right? So migration of the people. Have you have any ideas that is there any impact of the life and livelihood of the people who are migrated or who are displaced due to the establishment of Tehri Dam in Uttarakhand? Sir, you are mute, sir.
Thank you for this very relevant question. And yeah, first I will just like to say, it is not only due to the Terry High Dam the migration is, but the migration has many other causes, and migration is very, very impactful in the entire the central Himalayan region. But yes, because you have very specific question on the Terry Dam, so initial years, because Terry Dam has some dilemma. So initially, the construction period was given to Terry Dam was 10 years. And then, because lots of agitations and lots of whips and bursts in changing the government and their policies, so it took 40 years. So and then people were on doldrum in between.
Mhm.
So initially, the Terry Dam rehabilitated people got lots of problem. And later on, slowly, and there were 114 villages submerged into Tehri, 140. You can imagine, very huge. But now people, those were resettled in the Doon Valley, in Dehradun and Haridwar and in surrounding, they have become more richer, and they have now better condition than the Tehri Dam. But this is the urgent situation. But
Mm.
during the rehabilitation period, they suffered a lot.
Another related question is that if you compare between the Western Himalayas, Central Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas, so which Himalayas are more vulnerable in terms of changing the climates and all these things?
Yeah, there are not much differences in terms of the vulnerability or in terms of the climate change. Himalaya itself is itself from Pamin Notes to Arakan. So the Himalaya, and we have to understand the Himalaya first. So the Assam or Nagaland or Manipur and Mizoram and Tripura, Meghalaya, they are not the Himalaya. Himalaya is Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim when we talk about Indian Himalayan region, and Himalaya is Uttarakhand, Punjab, and Himachal, and Jammu Kashmir. Himalaya is also not, the Leh Ladakh is also not the Himalaya. It is Trans Himalaya. So when we talk about Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. So they are the main Himalaya. So more or less the climatic situations and almost everything is similar, even forest landscape, even everything almost. But there is some latitudinal difference, because if you go upward towards the Jammu, Kashmir, and Arunachal Pradesh, they are latitudinally higher than the Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. So these are some latitudinal changes. In terms of the altitudinal changes, they are very less.
Thank you. Now we can proceed further. Okay, Ms. Boko.
Okay, sir. So with this, thank you, Suman sir and Professor VP Sati sir. And now, moving on, we will have the vote of thanks by Dr. Ratna Tang sir, Head of Department of Anthropology, Deranatung Government College, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh. Please, sir.
Thank you, Bokoman. It is indeed a great honor for me to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of Department of Anthropology, Deranatung Government College, Itanagar, and Mrinali Datta Mahavidyapith, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one who has contributed to the success of today's program. At the very outset, I would like to convey our heartfelt thanks to our esteemed speaker, Professor B.P. Sati, Dean
Internet problem, I think so. Yes.
Your insightful lectures and deep understanding of Himalayas have truly enriched our knowledge and inspired us all. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. M.Q. Khan and Dr. Deepak Biswas for their constant encouragement, supports, and guidance in organizing this event. My special thanks to Dr. Suman Chakraborty sir for his sincere efforts and coordination in inviting such an eminent scholars and to conduct this program smoothly. I would also like to acknowledge thankfulness to Professor Sartak Sengupta, the leading anthropologist of Northeast India, for joining us today. And we can see Professor just a second. Our mathematics HOD, head of the Department of Mathematics, is also here with us. And finally, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all my colleagues of DNGC and MDM and dear students for your active participation and making this program memorable and successful. Thank you all. Over to you.